Like, just with that fucking, like, with Attila and Amir and Ghoul and Dismemberment both having public feuds, and
I'm behind on.
yeah, I'm keeping up with the garbage.
Oh no, but I love it. No, tell me more, please.
Oh,
please.
it's just the Attila guy released a song where he literally just went down a list of people saying "fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you."
He pulled
fuck
a
you.
fucking Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
Get in the ring.
Yeah, pretty much.
I
So
kind of respect that.
So everyone's biting back, and Amir, of course, is the first one to bite back, and they're fucking Frankie Palmieri or
the Juggalo of
Juggalo
the
slam.
Juggalo of Gent.
the Gentilo.
The Gentleman Juggalo of Gent. Frankie.
So they have a thing going, and then Ghoul and Dismemberment had a fun little thing going. We had a fun thing going a couple years ago.
But
when
it's
we were trying
fake,
to bring
right?
it. Yeah, it's all fake. Like, it's all clearly fake. But the only one that's not clearly fake is the Attila Amir one, because they're getting personal and shit. But it's also
Good.
like it's also the era of YouTube and iDubbbz and shit like that, where like getting personal is just business now.
Like, years ago, you and I had discussed at length how us being hip-hop fans, we were going to bring the beef of hip-hop to metal.
That was like a big thing when we lived together, a dream.
Yeah, and we laid
We
it
did the
out.
pilot program. We did the pilot program. We've proved it as a viable option.
But the thing is, we were supposed to have beef with each other. But I mean, everyone knows we're pals. Who gives a fuck? But I just think it was funny, though, that we conceived of that.
So that's part of the fun of like all the AXESLASHER stuff or whatever, where it's just like it's fun and it's like, I don't know, if you believe it, that's kind of weird. That's on you if you believe it all.
I think for a while, you and I didn't know for sure how much we were going to be trapped in our personas or not. Like, I remember for a while, I did a couple of interviews with some weird zines where I was like, I put on this real, like, dark CRYPTICUS persona for the interviews. And then afterwards, I was like, well, I think I gave myself some douche chills there. And so, I don't know if you ever, where you found your line with your persona as a character, because to me, it's like, I had to tone it way down and just realize I'm not Captain Evil. I'm just, but I mean, I'll write some crushing riffs, goddammit. But yeah, I'm not fucking strangling babies to death or anything. I'm flesh and blood. I love Reaper. love Mexican food.
Professor Pizza is just me without any inhibition. Like, it's like I remove this, like, anything that it's like I think I asked Sherwood one time about like writing lyrics and stuff like that, and he just goes, just let your dark philosopher take over. And
I like that.
That's what Professor Pizza is the dark philosopher talking shit, saying whatever he wants, having a lot of fun.
Interesting.
But the way that I differentiate it is A, how am I feeling, what's going on?
Yes.
And B, like a lot of times if I do an interview, like I've done a billion or anything, but like if I do some, more often than not, they ask me, like, what should we call you? Should we call you Professor Pizza? Should we call you Justin? And sometimes if it's like I want to have a conversation where I want to like say something of substance, I'll be like, I'm Justin representing Professor Pizza who's out on business or can't be disturbed at this point.
That's really fascinating. I didn't know. See, that's why I'm asking. I didn't know you had to wrestle with it that much where they actually in interviews you had to go like, well, because like Pee Wee Herman has to do that. He's like,
well,
I'm Paul Rubens, not Pee Wee today. But sometimes like, no, I'm Pee Wee. But you had to actually see. I've never had to do that in interviews. It's always like I'm the guy behind CRYPTICUS. I'm the.
Well, it's like I don't even think it's like I try to make it obvious that like whatever it is like just all in good fun and things like that. But,
which I think is a great move on your part instead of going the other way, which a lot of people do.
Well, why would you?
Well, because they get too serious about it. I don't know why people do that, because it takes the fun out of it when you are too serious about it. I can see, like, I think Odorous was perfect because, like, he would come on Opie and Anthony and be Odorous, and he'd be like, excuse me, and he'd step out of the room, and he'd come back in like, oh, yeah, Odorous just left, I'm Dave Brown. And it was kind of like a Clagu Patrick thing, where it was like, okay, it's like if someone comes up to me like, well, Clagu just left the room, you have a question for him? Like, there's a dangerous line where you're like, well, I could go down that and pretend that, like...
Well, I mean, I think you'd wrestle with it all the time. Like, you start to catch yourself, like, having too much fun as Professor Pizza or as Cremator from Ghoul or as, Patrick Bruss.
Wait, are you saying that Patrick Bruss is the character?
Yes.
Yes. Oh no, this is the most terrifying episode of Black Mirror ever, and I'm inside of it. Oh my god,
it's a pretty good soundtrack for it, and I can't tell if it's on the turntable or if it's here.
Jack Brown's
Cinderella. It's not at the right.
Yeah, it's
Oh, it is?
Jack is trying to like terrify the entire neighborhood here. This is way more metal than anything I could play.
It was really disturbing.
Good Lord, sir.
What are you trying to do to us, Jack?
Yeah.
it's very old.
I'd like to think that a soundtrack like this to a black and white murder inside like a Disney ride, just like a really low shot, really beautiful looking shot. I don't think like the beginning of Texas Chainsaw Massacre when they're coming up on the low shot
gotcha.
on a crane. How many times can I say low shot on a crane? But very beautiful, but a disturbing stabbing where you can't giallo style where you only see.
This, especially with this is very giallo.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Oh, with the harmony, with you have one splatter of blood, and then when the harmonies come in, there's 2 streaks of blood, 3 streaks of blood. That's more voices into the realm.
Everything he just said, trademark Professor Pizza. That's all ideas on this podcast. Trademark the respective assholes of which they came out of.
Isn't that like the old musician trick of like, hey, if I mail my CD to myself, it's copyrighted.
All right, you're fucking gonna embarrass the shit out of Stupid here.
I've done it too. Everyone's done it.
Stupid here in the 90s used to fucking mail himself his song titles and shit, like, because this is proof that for like, it was gonna steal my stupid garbage.
But here's the thing, though. We didn't know, like, at that time, like, when you're emulating fucking Gary Holt or fucking whoever, like, you don't really know that you don't know, A, that they're playing it up because they're just having a lot of fun. B, you don't understand that they have, like, infinitely more resources and all this other shit to burn on doing this kind of weird shit all the time.
Oh, God. I got to dig out some of my old demos for you're going to love this. Okay, I used to have this specific thing that I would write in my old demos that I thought was like, well, this is ironclad. Like I would write at the bottom of it, copyright music and blah 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 by Patrick Bruss, now and thereafter.
Oh, God.
Boom. Case closed.
Legal precedent
Case
set.
closed. Ironclad. You know, a judge sees that like it. Well, it says thereafter. I'm sorry. Billions of people trying to steal Patrick's ideas. You can't do it. It says thereafter.
If only George Romero had that idea with Night and Day of the Dead.
You mean when George Romero did the thing he's most famous for, pioneering the huge frame glasses?
Yes. I'm not wearing mine right now, but those are a huge part of my look at this point because I am paying tribute to the man who never copyrighted any of his fucking movie names.
Or
now
anything.
we have to sift through a Day of the Dead, Contagion, Day of the Dead,
God.
Daydream, Day of the Dead, Blood Splatter. Like, it's all garbage.
Yes, the computer-generated one.
Jesus.
Oh, my God, the animated one. The fucking... This is... I don't know if
Looking
I
good.
brought this up to you, but... Remember Elvira had a reality show to replace herself?
We watched it
Oh, you
very
did?
recently, yes.
I've never seen it. Was it shitty?
Oh, it's the right type of shitty. You're
but
gonna
good
like
shitty.
it. You're gonna like
Okay.
it. And the
Okay.
best part is that lady still hasn't taken over for her. She still won't let it go.
Yeah, well, she mentioned that. I think her like Nerdist interview or something. She mentioned that like, yeah, I got a new one, and none of the boys liked her. So here I am with my old tits. I'm still. What? God damn it, she's so. But I'm saying it's like the attitude, and like I think every candidate is trying to be Elvira.
Yeah.
I'm saying that Ashley is the new Elvira, but not rebooting Elvira. Like,
Yes.
it's just Ashley.
Yes.
Like, is the new Elvira. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. No.
She could be the new Elvira, not like, now I call myself Elvira. It's just now Elvira.
No.
Called,
People, no.
Snack Plissken or whatever.
Absolutely. Why do you think I'm with her?
Oh, is she supposed to be hearing all this?
She's the mistress of the night.
Oh, so you just hitched your wagon to
I'm attracted to darkness.
You just figured I'll just hitch my wagon to the next Elvira.
Yes.
Gotcha. Folks, this is getting very romantic. This is not what I intended. This is supposed to be a very dark and creepy show. And now he's making the fucking Bella fingers at her. You must be double jointed.
The fuck you. Fuck you.
Oh my God, that is the greatest movie of all time.
Ed Wood?
Yes.
It is good.
I make every girl that I'm going to date watch that movie.
Litmus test?
And if there's if there's a hint of poo-pooing, if there's like the thought of the hint of poo-pooing during that movie, I'm like, bitch, there's the door. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out of my black and white house. It's like that part where the ride breaks down in Ed Wood. I'm like, it's like when he tells her, I like to dress up like ladies. Like, that movie is my I like to dress up like ladies.
Yes, I get it. And I appreciate it.
It's such a perfect statement of who I am as a weirdo, that movie.
It can get better if it's not that.
You know what I find very interesting is how we have just switched through 3 different styles of podcasts. Like right now, we're in the AM phase of our podcast.
I know. You're the hard right wing, and I'm the softy left wing.
Now, folks, if you're just joining us, we're talking about how social media.
You got to arm the social media.
Now, Jack, you heard about this social media? No, he's on social media right now.
Social media is taking over Jack Brown's life. Jack, can we get an update from Facebook?
Now, hopefully, he's on the Filth Chamber website, because that's the only place you can find our vitamins and supplements.
our protein powders. Who looks at Alex Jones and goes, you know what, I'd like that body? That's what I'd like to be.
This is the thing I find fascinating. I am older than Alex Jones. And this is one of the things, I tell this to people all the time. You see Alex Jones? Uh-huh. I'm older than him. And he's on all those supplements. You know what I'm on? Beer and reefer, okay? So okay, some's wrong. Sorry, Alex. What is it? The fucking milk thistle, this and that. What is he shoving up his ass lately?
Well, to be fair, if we could sell beer and reefer as like a lifestyle brand, that would be amazing.
And what a great segue, ladies and gentlemen, because why are we here?
Well, I just think that we could make a lot of money selling it to a bunch of different types of people that want to pay for beer and reefer.
Well, nobody wants to pay for it, but people like it.
You set up a payment model that makes you feel like you're not paying for it. Like you pay me at the beginning of the month, and then beer randomly shows up at your house.
Oh my God, that's a great. Can I sign up for this?
But that's tapping into that addiction shit of like give intermittent reward and basically.
Is this why you invited me here? Is this Amway?
It is actually.
I'm signing up. I'll take it.
You remember the knives that would cut through a shoe? That's what I've got to sell you.
I need to cut through a lot of shoes. Don't ask why.
My dumbass, as a kid, went over to someone's house after school and saw that they had like those knives that were advertised as cutting the shoe. So I took my shoe off.
What? Your own shoe?
My own shoe. I was wearing a boot. Very proud of the boot. Very proud of these boots.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of those latchkey situations we were discussing earlier. This is why you were on the Sweet Pickles bus after school, which you described.
That's probably the reason.
But no, tell me more. Don't stop. Tell me.
No, it goes exactly where you think it goes. I cut my fucking shoe in half, and I got to walk home without a shoe.
Was your foot inside of it? Were you at least that reckless?
I took it off because
good.
Hey, listen, if I was going to test it, I was going to test it right, and I had little confidence in the knife.
So it didn't become a Stephen King short story.
No, come on. I had a little more sense than that. I mean, yes, I cut my shoe in half while I still had to go somewhere.
Have you ever looked at those Ginsu knives? Boy, they're spooky. I'm going to write a story about it. You know, I was up late at night doing cocaine and drinking Coors because this is 1982.
Peel top can.
There was an ad for Ginsu Knives, and I wrote a short story about it, kids. It's going to be in a Creepshow 2 coming at you.
Creepshow 3. Have you seen that?
Yes. Well, it's not licensed. It's like they licensed the name, and nothing to do with because clearly it was Romero and King was Creepshow.
Yeah.
Yes. So what's your review? Well, I'm sorry because I'm saying I didn't like it, but maybe you're gonna say thank you, Patrick, but Creepshow 3 was my favorite one.
Oh no, it's a baby diaper full of dog shit. It's awful.
Okay. All right. So we're on the same page.
Yeah, it's terrible. I mean, it's the same thing where did they not know a lawyer? Like
Kuroko's lawyers, whoever.
It's like, what is the strategy of not protecting anything that you make? Like, I get it.
Oh, it's Romero. It's Romero again.
Yes, exactly. That's
the man
to his life.
If you don't know who we're talking about, I'm referring to Giorgio Romero, the inventor of the huge frame glasses, who I've just discovered. Also, what he did? What?
Night of the Living Dead,
which is a film.
A black and white film shot on... A film actually shot with filament in the 1960s that had a black protagonist that dies at the end. Spoiler alert. Then he directed Dawn of the Dead, which took place inside of a mall.
Slow down.
And then
What does this have to do with the frames?
well, they were just along for the ride for all of it, really. I mean, those are the frames that he saw that vision through.
I did notice there was a lot of product placement in his movies for the frames.
Well, I mean, you do what you know, right?
I thought it was weird that motorcycle gang showed up and they were all wearing power frames.
Well, it was weird that they had armor made out of the frames. Like, I didn't expect that, but it was pretty ingenious, if you ask me. I didn't expect a stabbing weapon to be made out of a pair of glasses, but here we are.
This is the Italian version you're referring to. Yeah,
yes,
the
Zombianta.
Zombiant. That's a great name. That's a great name. That's a great goth band name.
There you go. You can have it for the next album.
But seriously, have you tried to watch? Well, not try. I mean, it's not that bad. But I mean, have you watched the Italian cut of Dawn of the Dead?
I've got that.
It's weird.
I've got that Ultimate Edition where it has all of them. I've gone through that a couple of times.
Well, it's very goblin-y, and it's weird. Like I don't know. He really tried to cut out a lot of the message and stuff.
Isn't the rumor that?
Well, in Italy, Dawn of the Dead is the first movie.
Yes.
And it's called just Zombie.
Yes.
And then so Fulci, with no permission.
Zombie 2, yes.
No permission. We're making this movie. It's going to come out the same fucking year or whatever, or like the next year, and it's called Zombie 2. And then I think Argento actually tried to sue him. It was like, no, that guy was, there was no like, oh, we licensed the name. And like, but it was in Italy. It was considered the official sequel. So then there's like all these zombie movies that followed after that. So it's like this weird fork in the timeline of the zombie movies that in Italy they had a weird alternate universe zombie apocalypse. They got really weird.
I feel like Zombie 2 is the movie that just keeps giving. Like upon first viewing, of course, you're into the zombie versus shark scene, but after that, like you keep watching
epic.
It's. I mean, no one's thought of it. No one's done it since. God damn it! Bring that back, gritty and well done.
Where do you find the guy to do that?
No, but you're talking about who would go down and actually swim with a shark dressed like a zombie and wrestle around with it. Like,
how do you find that guy?
But that was that era of Italian filmmaking where it was just like, fuck the regulation. Here, take the thing. And just like they've killed animals. Like they literally killed horses just for fun in a lot of those fucking movies.
Oh boy, don't remind me. No, the thing, like I remember the first time I saw The Gates of Hell, I was like, they put maggots in that lady's mouth. That's not CG. I'm pretty sure, like, it's almost like Fulci was like, you want to be in the porno, you're going to be in my movie. Like, okay, well, either way, something bad's going to be in your mouth. I'm going to, like, you think, well, in this one, all right, I'll go this route. All right, fine.
Like Sam Raimi, where I imagine every time an actress walks into Sam Raimi's office, he stares uncomfortably at her mouth for like a little too long before speaking, because I think he's imagining horrible things happening inside that mouth, like goo and pus, he's like a director who does the L and the 7 and does like the framing. I think he's doing that, but looking at someone's mouth and thinking like, God, how gross can I make this?
That's a good.
Next.
No, that's interesting. Yeah, because I just rewatched Drag Me to Hell and. Yeah,
all mouth. It's all mouth.
It's all, and it's what's weird. It's like the weird CG fluids. It's like, why is that CG
mixed with real fluids sometimes too? Though, like there's a healthy heaping bunch of all of it. You know?
Yeah, I think he was working something out there. I don't know. I liked it. I went saw it in the theater.
Very mouth based.
Well, I was just refreshed to see something gross. It's like, oh my god, this is actually gross. Like I think it even had some booger.
Well, it feels
boogers in it.
Yeah, it's got boogers, it's got pus, and just
vomit.
like vomit. But it's like it fits into the Evil Dead universe, but it's not an Evil Dead movie. But
that's
it's totally an Evil Dead movie.
I wish he could have just pushed it just one little nudge, and it would have been an Evil Dead movie. I kind of wish he had done that, but
maybe
whatever.
he's leaving it as an Easter egg for all of us deep diggers to discover.
It doesn't matter now. We got Ash versus Evil Dead.
Speaking of Easter eggs, what's the director of Friday the 13th Part 9? Adam something?
Wait, which one's Part 9?
Jason Goes to Hell.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know who.
Adam something. Adam Richtman. I can't.
Is he known? Is he known like a known
director?
Yes,
because he's been in the press lately explaining his movie.
This is
he's been explaining Jason Goes to Hell, and this is a few months ago. But he's basically been coming out and saying, everyone, Jason's a Deadite. You know that, right?
Oh, go fuck your mother.
And everyone's like, what? What are you talking about? And he goes, if you go back and watch Jason Goes to Hell, There's a scene where he clearly walks by the Necronomicon.
Oh, boom.
And that explains why he's, a giant sperm that goes up people's butts and pussies in this movie.
I'm being washed over with douche chills.
Yes.
I hate this. I don't like it
So
at all.
he's been trying to like get attention with tidbits like that and trying to prove that Jason is a Deadite. And I wonder if he's like secretly trying to lobby for a Ash versus Evil Dead or like a Jason versus Ash versus Michael Myers versus Leatherface. Fucking he's like, come on, put me in, coach. Come on, someone. Paramount. What do you want to do? You want to do something?
Well, good luck to you. But that sounds terrible. I just hate when people just stop it. Just stop it. Yeah, Freddy's glove is in the movie too. Is that canon? Is it all canon? Is there any canon? Now that everything's been rebooted, 8,000, does canon exist anymore? Like, what's the Marvel canon? Is the Marvel canon the movies, or is it the there's
it's
no
whatever they say it is at the time. And it's always been like that.
Canon just immediately disappears to suit purpose in everything. So it's like, I don't know why people are even trying to be like precious about.
That's what I think
Freddy anymore.
My big reason for like pushing against Star Wars and Marvel and stuff like that is because it's literally, here's the playset, go make a story, And I get that there's value to that because like repeatable stories and being able to retell fables is important for a society. But at the same time, like I'm kind of, me, I want to dig in the unlabeled sections of the crates at the fucking record store.
Yeah, no, I've always said it's like, and I fucking love Star Wars, but it's like Star Wars doesn't own childhood imagination. It's like it's like now your children get a Star Wars branded childhood where they get to imagine that they are Star Wars branded characters.
Yeah.
Now I played with Star Wars characters mixed with my G.I. Joe figures mixed with my He-Man figures, even though they weren't the same scale.
Oh, it was more fun.
I said, they're a race of giants. Like,
Yeah,
I had my own
exactly.
fucking stupid. It's like, well, these Star Wars guys, their arms don't bend. They're from this planet. The G.I. Joe guys, their arms bend, so they're more evolved. And like, I had all sorts of stupid things. Like, but yeah, I didn't fucking follow George Lucas canon. Like,
No,
oh
not
boy,
at all.
I better be corporately accurate in all my childhood bathtub play.
Yeah, no reason whatsoever.
Oh shit, a G.I. Joe fell in. I better take him out. He's not part of canon.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that shit. But yeah, that is what's like. That's why I don't like that Lego shit. It's like just
Oh, yeah.
let a motherfucker have a childhood. will
Yeah.
you? Don't brand his Legos. Let him build whatever with his Legos.
Yeah, that was the great part about Legos
Yeah.
is that they were like, here's an independent building platform that you can use your imagination. And like, did you ever like get into Lego engineering and like?
I never got those fancy sets.
No, it was like a rigorous program to get in. Like, there's a test. You had, like the first test that you have to pass is to be able to build a sphere.
Oh my God.
You got to prove that you can build a sphere with only standard blocks, and that's like the whole test is like, okay, well, if you can do that, can you do this? And that determines like your rank within the Lego. What do you call it?
Hierarchy?
Secret society of Lego, I guess.
Why is nobody talking about this? It's like Scientology.
They're like the stonecutters. They've got their own path through the city. They've got their own passes at bars. Movie Pass actually started as a perk for these people. I don't know if you're aware.
You're terrifying me now. Now we've switched into our Art Bell segment of our podcast. In hour 3 here, we go spooky.
From the East Coast, if you're past on the West, call 555-8255. If you're on the West Coast, called Wildcard Lines 866-542. Oh God, I love Wildcard.
You remember the numbers? Holy
No,
fuck.
I'm bullshitting, but they're close. They're close.
No, see, because I remember numbers from shit. If you'll allow me, please, this
Yes.
slight indulgence here. Turn, 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 turn. When you can drive a truck, you got a job, my friend. Diesel Driving Academy will teach you all you need to know. Call 1-800-551-8900.
Okay, now dial them up.
Diesel Driving Academy. Now, see, I only know the song because I know the numbers. I still remember that. Those are the real numbers.
When you can drive a truck, you got a job, my friend. Diesel Driving Academy will teach you all you need to know. Call 1-800-551-8900. When you got a jingle that's good, it doesn't have to rhyme. The constant repetition will drive it deep within your brain. So it'll still be in there 30 years later. Diesel Driving Academy.